morning, lovely people. As you know, we are coming up towards progress tests next half term. Okay, in week 3 and 4, progress tests will take place. So that is going to be from Monday the 15th of June to Friday the 26th of June. And one of the things that we want to do is really focus today on this idea of having a plan. And we know in order for you to have a plan, you need to really understand when your progress tests will take place. So with that in mind, we are going to look at exactly when our progress tests are, and we're going to complete this first section of the booklet. So you can see on the front, you have 2 weeks worth of progress test timetable, week 1 and week 2. So let's start first of all by putting our name and form group at the top of our booklet. And then we will go through exactly when your progress tests will take place. Okay, let's get started. So let's look at week 1. So you can already see here in week 1, you have had English inputted for you. So you will do your English progress test Thursdays, period 1 and 2 in that first week of progress tests. Okay. What we want to do is we want to work through the rest of the timetable together. So let's look at the bits in yellow, the subjects in yellow. Those are the tests you will take during week 1. However, it's a little bit different for year 9 in the fact that you might have 2 of those lessons over the course of that week. If that is the case, what I want you to do is I want you to pencil in that subject in each of the lessons you have that week, and then clarify with your subject teachers over the course of next week exactly which lesson that will take place, so you can prepare properly. Okay, so you know English is going to be during Thursday period 1 and 2. Let's look at French. So you've got to think, when do I have French that week? And write French in those slots. If that's more than once, write it in both slots. If it's once, write it in that slot, and that is exactly when your progress test will take place. I need you to do the same, please, for Spanish. I need you to do the same, please, for geography. So remember, if you have geography twice that week, put geography in both of those slots on the timetable and clarify with your teacher over the course of next week exactly which lesson it will take place in. Please do the same for EPR. And music. Dance. Technology and or computing. Okay, so just a reminder, that week, that is when all those tests in all those subjects will take place during the course of week 1. Okay, so that's English, French, Spanish, geography, EPR, music, dance, technology, and computing. What you need to do is put your name on the put each of the subjects in the relevant place when you have that subject, and make sure that you have asked your teacher next week exactly when that will take place. I'll give you a couple of, I'll give you a minute just to fill that in, and then we'll move on to week 2. Okay, so that should be week 1 completed. Okay, so then now let's look at week 2 together. So week 2, much the same as week 1 in the sense that we have plotted in exactly when science and maths will take place. So you will have a science progress test on Monday, period 1 of that second week of progress tests, and you will have your maths progress test on Tuesday, period 4, and Wednesday, period 4. Okay, so that is when your science and maths will take place. And like I say, just like the week 1, all the other subjects that you are going to have that week are in yellow at the side. You are now going to plot those subjects into week 2 timetable. What's really important, again, is if you have this subject more than once over the course of that week, please plot it into all of those slots and then clarify with your teacher exactly when that will take place next week. Okay, so you have maths and science plotted in. Let's look at French. So French needs to be plotted in, please, and Spanish. So plotting French and Spanish, you have them both weeks because it's a speaking, so you could be taking place in week 1 or 2, so you need to be prepared for week 1, but it might be in week 2. So plot those in. Okay, so now you have got history. So can you plot in history, please, for week 2? Art for week 2. Drama for week 2. PE for week 2. And computing also in week 2. So what we have done is we have filled in week 1 and week 2 of our progress test timetable. I'm just going to summarize what I've asked people to do. So I have asked people to plot in week 1 the subjects in yellow when they have that subject. So if, for example, you have geography twice during that course of that week, you will put it in both slots. Okay, you will then spend next week clarifying which of the slots the progress test will take place in. You'll star that, you'll clarify that with your geography teacher. You're going to then do the same for Spanish, French, EPR, music, dance, technology, and computing in week 1. So you're going to plot that in when you've got the subject in your timetable, and then you'll clarify with your teacher exactly which slot you will do your test in, and then you will give it a star so you know exactly when that will take place. English has been plotted for you in week 1, and then the same in week 2. Science and maths have been plotted for you already. That's when they will take place. You need to plot in French, Spanish, history, art, drama, PE, and computing. When you have those subjects, you will put them into every slot. So if you've got art twice, 3 times, you'll put it in all slots, and then you will clarify with your teacher next week exactly when that will take place during week 2. I hope that was helpful, Year 9. I'm going to leave you to it to fill in those progress test timetables for week 1 and week 2. And you will hand these back to your teacher. In fact, no, you won't. You won't hand them back to your teacher. You will take them with you so you can clarify with your teachers next week. Bring them back into school exactly when you will have those tests. Your form tutor might want to take them today, maybe give them you back on Monday. I'll leave that with them to decide. When the teacher is ready and you're ready to go, obviously there's a lot more minutes left yet before we do that. Remember, calm on corridors, be aware that lessons are going on. We've got a maths exam this morning. Ensure you are left side, please. When I say we've got a maths exam, I mean the GCSEs, and move swiftly facing forward. Thank you so much, everyone.